Hey guys, this is Anthony Morganti. I am MrPhotographer.com. In this video, I'm going to compare the SpiderPro Hand Strap to the Peak Design Clutch. Which one is better? Which one do you think I'll like better? Before we begin, if you could do me a favor and subscribe to my YouTube channel and click that little bell so you get updates. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you know of anyone that would enjoy this video, please share it. And finally, follow me on Instagram. I am at Anthony Morganti on Instagram. Let's talk about the SpiderPro Hand Strap first. I was involved with the Kickstarter with this almost 5 years ago, and I think it ran around 65 bucks. And I'll have links for everything I'm going to talk about in the description below the video. I've used this nonstop over that period. When I first got it, I had it on my Nikon D800E, and then when I got the Nikon D850, I removed it from the D800E and put it on the D850. It was on 100% of the time. I never took it off. It's wonderful, except it kind of wore out. At the top here, it has this kind of weird little plastic thing that goes on the eyelet of the camera, and it wore out. And what was happening was, it would be nice and snug, and then this would pop loose. Now, it wouldn't pop off. I was never in danger of dropping it or losing the camera, but it would pop loose, and then it would be really loose. And there really isn't a way to quickly adjust the tightness of this. The way it mounts is it goes on the eyelet of the camera up here, and then you have to thread this thing around. And it actually is kind of a process. It's not hard to do, but it will take you several minutes to do it. And they have a video that demonstrates how it's done. And it's slightly different for like a Canon or a Sony camera compared to the Nikon camera I have, but it is a process. And then at the bottom, it uses your tripod base plate to mount it on the bottom. And you would just adjust the tightness by moving it in or out. And as you can see, it's big enough to go on a Nikon D850 with a battery pack. And it worked beautifully, as I mentioned. Now, if you have a mirrorless camera, they sell a smaller version of this strap for a mirrorless camera, and this specific strap will work with DSLR with a battery pack or without. Now, as I mentioned, it wore out, and I needed to replace it. Well, I am an affiliate for Peak Design, and I really love their shoulder straps. I think they're the best on the market. So I said, well, I got to buy the clutch. So I bought this myself. It was 40 bucks, $39.95, and I put it on my Nikon D850. Now it's similar in that, you know, it's a strap that goes on your hand, but that's probably where the similarity ends. First of all, it goes on a lot easier than this. It has a quick release little spring thing, and you just kind of thread it through and put it on there and you're done. It does mount to the bottom with a tripod base plate, and it comes with an Arca Swiss compatible one, but you can see it's very, very small. I'm not sure I would trust that with this big heavy camera, but probably for a lot of cameras this would work fine. And then it uses their kind of patented quick release gizmo things here that you just kind of go like that. So with the Peak Design, you're able to take it off of one camera and put it on another camera very quickly. This, not so much. This is going to take some time. The other thing about this is it's kind of adjustable on the go. So you would pull down on this part here to tighten it, and then when you want to loosen it, let's say it's too tight and you can't get to all the controls on the camera, you would pull up here and it loosens it. And then you would pull down on this to tighten it again. Unfortunately, when they show it in the video, it's like super smooth and easy for them to do. To me, it's sticky. It's really hard to pull down. And I would imagine the more I use it, the smoother that will get. But it isn't like they show in their video. Like right now, it's stuck there. It kind of went. So it's kind of hard to do, but at least it is adjustable. The SpiderPro Hand Strap is not. Once you have it on, to adjust it, you'd have to loosen your tripod base plate and then readjust it and then tighten down your base plate again. And by the way, I forgot to mention, if you don't have a tripod base plate, they do give you a screw washer and grommet to mount this. So you don't need the tripod base plate to mount it, but they do make it easier. Now, with that said, Peak Design gives you, I just wanted to show you two. They give you an extra one of the little quick release doohickeys. This is the tripod base plate I use with this. So you can see it's much bigger and heavier. And again, you don't need the tripod base plate. Now, one thing I don't like about the Peak Design stuff is their tripod base plates and all their mounting that goes on the bottom, they use a hex key. And they give you the hex key, well, that's awesome, but why couldn't they just put like a slot in there so you could use a quarter or something to tighten that down? I really don't understand why. So you need to make sure you don't lose the hex key, or you have a hex key so you could adjust this. So that's that. So in comparing the two, the clutch is more versatile. It will go on just about any size camera. It is adjustable on the go, and it's easier to remove from one camera and put on another camera. This is harder to put on a camera. It takes a little longer. It's not adjustable on the go. You'd have to loosen your tripod base plate to adjust it. And it costs more. This was $65, this was $40. So what's the bottom line? The bottom line is I think the clutch kind of stinks. The Spider holster, the SpiderPro Hand Strap is better. It's just made better. It's got a lot more padding. It's way more comfortable. I mean, night and day. If I rate this on comfort and gave this out of a score of 1 to 10, I'd probably give this like a 9, and I'd give this like a 1. It's not very comfortable. There's barely any padding, and it's just kind of chintzy, to tell you the truth. So they do have it beat, this beat, as far as like ease of use. Get it, put it on, take it off, adjusting, and everything like that. But really, this is just a better, more comfortable product, and that's why I am going to buy another one of these. Now, you did say, well, Tony, this wore out on you. Well, who's to say this isn't going to wear out either? I don't know. But I did have this on a camera every single day for almost 5 years, and I'm a professional photographer, and that camera gets picked up every single day. So it did get a lot of wear and tear, and I think it's a better product. It also comes in colors too, if you're interested in that. But anyway, I'll have links for everything in the description below the video. That's my opinion. Take it for what it's worth. So pretty soon you're going to see a new SpiderPro Hand Strap on my camera. Again, if you have a mirrorless, they have a smaller version of this too, and it costs less, of course. So check that out, description below the video. Thank you, everyone who watches my videos. I really do appreciate it. I'll talk to you guys soon.